This is the luxury world. Get inspired with us today and tomorrow. In the opulent world of luxury watchmaking, Rolex is a renowned figure. However, beyond its impeccably designed exteriors and excessive costs, a concealed sector exists in the undercover market for second-hand Rolex watches. Often acquired through extensive waiting lists and covert dealings, these sought-after timepieces embark on a mysterious voyage from wrist to online platforms, their worth soaring like inflated balloons. With the escalating challenge of acquiring Rolex watches and their limited availability, discussions regarding the resale of Rolex timepieces purchased from authorized Rolex retailers have gained prominence. Individuals less acquainted with the Rolex market might find it surprising that selling a newly purchased Rolex demands tactfulness. The reality is that the Rolex watch market displays distinct characteristics. Before exploring how Rolex discerns if a watch has been resold, it is essential to understand the unique dynamics of the Rolex watch market. Have you ever pondered how Rolex maintains oversight of its watches even after they have been purchased? In this video brought to you by the Luxury World, we will delve into some of the fundamental methods employed by Rolex, unraveling the enigma that has fascinated numerous watch enthusiasts. If you have not yet subscribed to our channel, we highly recommend doing so now to stay informed about our future video releases. The rise in demand for Rolex watches has sparked a growing discourse around flippers. These are the individuals who promptly resell their newly acquired timepieces. Whether this presents a significant issue is subject to debate. However, there have been indications hinting that Rolex is actively attempting to identify those engaged in this practice. While only Rolex can confirm the accuracy of such claims, reputable sources have put forward these efforts. Such initiatives would not be unexpected, considering Rolex's commitment to ensuring their watches reach their intended final consumers. Certain authorized Rolex dealers, though not directly affiliated with Rolex, have enlisted agents to monitor online platforms where customers sell watches purchased from their stores. On occasion, buyers have faced limitations on buying additional watches from these dealers after their resale of sought-after timepieces was detected. Rolex employs three primary methods to identify if a watch has been quickly resold. Now let us discuss each one of them. Utilizing the serial number. The primary method involves tracing a watch through its unique serial number listed online. By utilizing this serial number, Rolex can trace back to the original authorized dealer that sold the watch and subsequently notify them of the customer's resale. Upon receiving this notification, the dealer may choose to blacklist the customer. This explains why many online advertisements conceal the serial number and discreetly omit information about the watch's initial purchase location. It is not only Rolex itself that monitors watches being sold online. An increasing number of Rolex retailers actively patrol the internet for watches they have previously sold. Some retailers have even hired unfamiliar staff members dedicated to combing through online ads, specifically tasked with identifying customers selling their watches and taking necessary action. Retailers typically concentrate their efforts on local online marketplaces where their customers are more likely to display these watches. Upon discovering a watch they have sold, a Rolex retailer may decide to blacklist the customer or, at the very least, inform them of their awareness of the watch's sale. Through monitoring. Another method through which Rolex might detect if you have sold your watch is through inquiries made by customers to authorized dealers for authentication purposes, typically to verify the authenticity of a recently acquired Rolex. In 2020, Rolex's ability to track such inquiries experienced a momentous change with the introduction of the latest warranty card design. The revised design no longer reveals the name of the original retailer who sold the watch. Consequently, it has become progressively challenging for both Rolex and its dealers to trace a watch's history back to its initial sale. Via authentication. One way a Rolex dealer could become aware of the sale of a watch is if someone brings the watch to their store for authentication. This scenario is not uncommon, especially when the watch is sold locally. For instance, let us say you purchase a Rolex watch and list it for sale on a local marketplace. If a buyer in your area buys the watch and later decides to authenticate it, they might choose to visit the same dealer where you originally made the purchase. In this scenario, the dealer would discover that you have sold the watch. An indistinguishable situation could arise later, such as when the watch requires servicing or repairs. If the new owner takes the watch to the same dealer for maintenance, the dealer may once again become aware of the watch's resale. To reduce the likelihood of such scenarios, a strategic approach is to ensure that the watch you sell ends up in a location far from where you initially bought it. This strategy is particularly relevant in smaller countries with a limited number of authorized dealers. If you sell your Rolex locally in such a country, there is a higher chance that someone might eventually visit the same dealer with the watch. To avoid this, it can be wise to sell the watch outside your country or region. thereby decreasing the chances of it catching the attention of the original dealer. As Rolex abstains from involvement in the secondary market, its influence over the distribution of its watches in the resale market is restricted. This poses difficulties for individuals genuinely interested in acquiring and appreciating specific Rolex models, as obtaining them becomes progressively difficult. This circumstance has prompted widespread grievances, leading to dissatisfied customers and frustration with the Rolex brand, which is detrimental to Rolex. However, from a business standpoint, sustained demand surpassing supply can be advantageous, particularly for luxury brands, as it elevates the exclusivity and allure of their products. It is crucial to note that Rolex cannot track watch sales through the warranty card, as the warranty is associated with the watch itself rather than the individual owner. Consequently, Rolex lacks records or databases indicating when a specific watch has been sold or transferred, setting it apart from some other watch brands. The dynamics of the Rolex watch market, particularly concerning watch flipping practices and the enforcement of regulations by both Rolex and its authorized retailers, are continuously evolving. To safeguard your privacy when selling a Rolex, consider the following practical recommendations. Avoid revealing the serial number when advertising your watch online. Conceal the serial number on the warranty card. Obscure the retailer's name if your warranty card is an older version that includes it, and mask the purchase date on the warranty card. Refrain from sharing details indicating the original seller, and contemplate selling your watch in a different region or even overseas to diminish the chances of it being traced back to your original retailer. If the watch comes with an older warranty card, advise the buyer to seek authenticity checks from a different authorized dealer rather than the original one. Rolex endeavors for its official retailers to sell watches to end consumers who will appreciate and utilize them for many years. When customers quickly resell their newly acquired Rolex watches, it contradicts Rolex's intentions. Rolex cannot ascertain whether a watch has been sold through the warranty card, which is consistently linked with the watch itself rather than an individual. In contrast to brands like Cartier and Audemars Piguet, which necessitate linking the watch to an account, Rolex does not uphold ownership registers that monitor when a timepiece is sold or transferred. The current landscape of the Rolex watch market, encompassing issues such as flipping and the enforcement of regulations by both official Rolex retailers and Rolex itself, remains fluid. Whether Rolex is aware of a flipped watch hinges on a range of factors and may remain undisclosed in numerous instances. The crucial point to remember is that selling a Rolex shortly after purchase might attract and welcome attention, particularly if done openly, and could potentially impact future relationships with authorized dealers. What are your thoughts and opinions on the topic we shared in this video? We would like to see your answers and opinions in the comments section. If you liked this video, let us know that too. Remember to follow us too and give us a thumbs up. Once again, this is the Luxury World, and we look forward to seeing you again in our future videos.